Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men Real Style. Today, gentlemen, I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to use clothing to maximize your attractiveness. Now, this is actually based off of a guest post over at Real Men Real Style. My friend Darius, he's over at sexystyleforjoe.com. He wrote this article for me, and I'm going through it, and I'm like, this is pretty good. There are certain things I disagree with him on. However, I really appreciate his methods, and go check out the article. He actually did an experiment in a video. He actually went out there, he introduced himself to women, he wore different clothing, he actually experimented with himself. Now, it's not true by science, and he didn't have a very large population. However, I respect his goal of simply getting out there and testing things and making them happen. Gentlemen, if I can push anything to you, it's have the courage to take action. Be yourself. Really think about who you are, what you stand for, and wear the clothing that sends that message, that sends that image. And so to start this off, let's focus on the 3 things that he says. Basically, these are the fundamentals that you have to have. They're beyond the 5. I'll get into the 5 tactical tips here in a second, but these are the 3 things. 1 is always wear clothing that fits you and flatters your body type. Now, this is a bigger topic. We're not going to be able to go into it in this video. I do cover more on this over at Real Men Real Style, but always be thinking, what can I wear that makes me look great? Make sense? Point number 2 is think about what you're wearing and the qualities it conveys. So we're going to talk about leather jackets. Leather jackets send a signal of rebellion, of basically very sexy for some people. They have this biker mentality, especially here in the United States. Understand that that's the message that pops into people's mind. It's like a white jacket on a doctor. There is a symbol, there's something that we attribute to this. The same with a man that wears a suit. Instantly, we trust men in suits. It's just something since we were kids that we've been programmed. So understand what that clothing is going to convey to people. Finally, have the courage to stand out and be willing to stand out in a good way. You know how you're out there looking, and all of a sudden you're able to see something that moves because it stands out from the background, or you see a bright color and it grabs your attention. A woman wearing a red dress, a man driving a red car that a police officer pulls over. And the reason is the car stands out. It grabs attention. Therefore, you want to make sure you're using it in a good way. All right, guys, let's get into the 5 tactical tips. All right, so number 1 is to leverage accessories. Now, easy one here is a watch, and as you guys know, I've been working with the 5th watches. I've enjoyed their watches, gotten compliments. Now, my friends over at Helix Cuffs, believe it or not, I am wearing a bracelet, and it's a pretty cool bracelet right here. So little things like this can help you stand out, can help you grab attention in a crowded field. A pocket square. Maybe one that is incredibly beautiful, one that is a conversation starter. Does anyone recognize this piece of art right here? I'll leave it up there for a second, see if anyone in the comments can let me know which biblical story that comes from. But that's made by my friends over at Rampley and Company. Beautiful pocket squares, by the way. So those small things can help you grab attention. If you've got the courage, perhaps wear a hat. And that's the key, is practice wearing this clothing. Have the confidence, and then you can pull off the accessories. Point number 2 is to wear a top that actually flatters your body. So if you're built really well, okay, then t-shirts, especially those with a V-neck, are going to probably look well, especially those cut for your body type. I had a video just the other day in which I'm wearing a shirt from a company called Trim, and amazing shirts, but those shirts are actually made to fit a very trim body type. There's a reason that shirt looked so great. It's also made from a heavier fabric. It is made to specifically make my upper body look great. A vest, for many men, especially if you start to layer and you're a bit thinner, all of a sudden a vest can draw attention and build up your upper body. In any case, make sure the clothing fits, but find the type, find something that's going to build up your upper body. For most men, this is going to give them the biggest reward. When people are looking at you, they're going to look at your shoulders, they're going to look at your chest to stomach ratio. And all of a sudden, based off the upside down triangle, when they see that, it's going to convey strength. That's what you want to signal. Invest in quality outerwear. That's point number 3. So a lot of guys, they're going to maybe pay attention to all this other stuff that they're wearing. But when the weather turns, or if it's, 60, 50 degrees in California, people are wearing jackets. And Invest in a quality jacket. Probably one of the best investments I made is a quality overcoat that fits me really well. Whenever I wear that overcoat, I always get compliments. Here in Wisconsin, I wear that overcoat about 6 months out of the year. If you're up in Seattle, perhaps a quality, well-fitted trench. If you're in a cooler area but it doesn't get super cold, get a jacket. Maybe it could even be a full button jacket. I had a friend down in Austin, Texas, and I think it was, who was it? Billy Reed. He had a Billy Reed jacket that anytime he went to a bar down on 6th Street, and he was a decent looking guy, but when he wore this, he said all of a sudden women come out of nowhere and they were approaching me and talking to me because I looked so great. All the other guys were wearing t-shirts, and we would look good in a t-shirt. But if he wore this jacket, it was instant, wow, this guy's got style and he looks great. You know, he had some pretty good stories with that jacket. Okay, so point number 4, well-fitted jeans. Now, khakis, chinos, for some reason they didn't do very well in the experiments that Darius performed. He's strictly recommending jeans. In fact, he even recommended skinny jeans. I say slim, not skinny, especially if you have a bit of weight on you. Be very careful with jeans. Make sure they fit you properly. But jeans are going to probably be better than khakis. Point number 5 is shoes. Step up your game. Now, we've got the basic dress shoes, and you can wear dress shoes with jeans. I've got an entire video, which you can go check out over there. But instead of Oxford Balmorals, perhaps you want to go with a hole cut. I mean, it's going to be almost just as formal, and it's a very clean cut, a little bit out of the ordinary. If you wanted to go for something that's a bit more casual, instead of a slip-on loafer, actually go for a double monk strap. Maybe go for, here we've got a nice chukka. Maybe go for a pair of suede slip-ons. By upping your shoe game, instantly people are going to notice. Women, they're going to look at your face, they look down at your shoes, they go back up. And that's what you want to see. They're going to look at your shoes and they're going to make a judgment. Use that to your advantage. So guys, understand that all this plays into what context, where you're at, your location, and the image you want to send. If you want more, go check out the article. It's a guest post over at Real Men Real Style. My friend Darius, he's got a great video, which he actually does some experiments, and I want you to check out. That's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.